What's a comeback you heard that left a Karen completely speechless? I was at this retirement dinner for Mrs. Brennan, this teacher who'd been at our high school for like 40 years. Everyone loved her. She taught English and actually cared about kids, you know? Not the fake caring, real caring. The gym was packed with former students, teachers, parents, all there to say goodbye. Everything was going smooth. People were giving speeches about how Mrs. Brennan changed their lives, helped them get into college, stayed after school to tutor them for free. Real heartwarming stuff. Then this woman stands up in the back. Her name was Karen Walsh, and everyone who went to that school knew exactly who she was. Karen had this look on her face like she just ate something sour. She waited for a gap in the speeches, then stood up holding her wine glass like she was about to make a toast. But she wasn't. "I don't know what all the fuss is about," Karen said loud enough for everyone to hear. "I pulled my son out of your class because you weren't challenging him. He got straight A's after that." The whole room went dead silent, like someone hit pause on everything. People stopped chewing their food. A few teachers looked at each other with wide eyes. Mrs. Brennan was sitting at the front table, and I watched her face carefully. She didn't look mad or embarrassed. She just smiled. "Yes, Karen, I remember your son very well," Mrs. Brennan said calmly, standing up from her seat. "Dylan, right?" Karen nodded, clearly thinking she was winning this moment. "He plagiarized an entire essay from Wikipedia," Mrs. Brennan continued, "word for word. I gave him a 0, and you came into the principal's office screaming that I was discriminating against him. You threw such a fit that the superintendent made me apologize to you in front of other parents." Karen's face started turning pink. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Mrs. Brennan wasn't done. "I also later found out your husband wrote that essay. The principal told me after you left. Your son didn't even copy it himself. You had your husband do his homework for him." Someone in the crowd let out a quiet, "Oh, damn," under their breath. Karen was frozen, holding her wine glass like a statue. "By the way," Mrs. Brennan added, her voice still calm and polite, "did Dylan ever graduate college? Last I heard, he got expelled from state for cheating there too. Academic dishonesty, I believe they called it." Karen finally found her voice. That's not fair. You can't just..." Before she could finish, Mr. Fletcher stood up. He was the principal who'd just retired the year before. Big guy, deep voice. Everyone respected him. "Let's be honest, Karen," Mr. Fletcher said firmly. "You weren't protecting your son's education. You were protecting your ego. I signed off on that apology Mrs. Brennan had to give you, and I regretted it every day since. She was right, and we all knew it." Karen slowly sat back down. Her face was bright red now. She stared at her plate like she wanted to disappear into it. The room stayed quiet for a few seconds. Then someone started clapping for Mrs. Brennan. Then everyone joined in. Mrs. Brennan raised her glass toward Karen's table and said softly, "Some lessons take longer to learn than others." Nobody laughed. Nobody cheered. It wasn't about embarrassing Karen. It was about finally saying what needed to be said. For the rest of that dinner, Karen didn't say another word. She left early without saying goodbye to anyone.